What's good? It's Khalil Jamar. Hope that all is well with you guys. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. If this is not your first time on my channel, welcome back. So I know I haven't made a video in about a week. I needed to take a quick break just for personal reasons, but hopefully we can get back on track with this video. And in this video, I want to talk about Jamal Browner and how he's able to deadlift so much weight. Now, first, just to give you some background on Jamal Browner and who he is, just in case you don't know who he is, Jamal Browner is one of the few elite powerlifters. And when I talk about one of the few elite powerlifters, I'm talking about he's the top of the top. He's up there with guys like Chad Penson, John Hack, Dan Bell, any of the top powerlifters that you can think of. They all know who Jamal Browner is. And while he is a very strong guy overall, most people know him and respect him because of what he's able to do when it comes to the deadlift. Again, though, he is a strong guy overall, and he's a pretty balanced power lifter. The most he's been able to bench press in competition is 496 pounds, almost 500 pounds. The most he's been able to squat in competition is 804 pounds. And the most that Browner has been able to total in a powerlifting meet is 2,204 pounds at a body weight of 237 pounds. Now, he hasn't been able to total over 10 times his body weight just yet, but the heavier you are, the harder it's going to be to achieve a feat like that. Now that you know who Jamal Browner is and what he's been able to do in powerlifting, let's talk about why Jamal Browner is able to deadlift so much weight. I mean, at sub 300 pounds, Jamal Browner has been able to deadlift over 1,000 pounds. Now, even though he hasn't done this in competition yet, he's come extremely close to doing so. And we will see him deadlift 1,000 pounds very soon. As you can see from these clips, Browner is mostly a sumo stance deadlifter, and most people will say that Jamal Browner using a sumo stance is one of the only reasons that he can deadlift so much weight. A lot of people think that once you switch over to sumo stance, that the numbers and the amount of weight that one person is able to lift will rise. And this is not necessarily true. And what I consider proof of this is when Larry Wheels had tried to deadlift using the sumo stance. Now, even though Larry Wheels was moving weight, if you watch the video, you could tell that he was a little bit uncomfortable and that it was not the best stance for him. So why does it work for Jamal and not Larry? Well, you would probably have to look at their body structure. And when you look at Larry Wheels' lower body, you'll notice that even though his legs are way more defined than Jamal Browner's, his legs, from what I can see, are a lot smaller than Jamal Browner's as well, especially his quads. Again, Larry Wheels does have more defined legs and more defined quads, but Browner most likely not only has more muscle in his lower body, but because of the way he trains, he probably gets the most output he can get from the muscle he has in his lower body. Now, the difference between a sumo deadlift and a conventional deadlift is that a sumo stance deadlift is going to put more emphasis on the quads and the glutes, while a conventional deadlift puts more stress on your spinal erectors and back. So it's not necessarily that one stance is better than the other. It's not that if you pull sumo, you're automatically going to pull more weight. It's really about how one's body is structured and what the most optimal stance is for the structure of that person's body, especially in the hips. The way I like to think about this, the way I like to think about sumo versus the conventional deadlift, it's similar to the low bar versus the high bar squat concept. Now, most people who squat do benefit more from low bar squatting, but there are also people like John Hack who can high bar squat almost 750 pounds, no problem. So to me, it's all based in how your body responds to the stance and the stress the stance puts on your body. Now, while Jamal Browner is mostly a sumo deadlifter, nobody should think for 1 second that he isn't an incredible conventional deadlifter, which is why I say people who say Jamal Browner sees the success he has seen on the deadlift is due to him using the sumo stance when it comes to the deadlift, I think they're all wrong. I'll just say this. The most that Jamal Browner has ever conventionally deadlifted is 950 pounds. Now, this wasn't in competition, but there's no doubt in my mind that Jamal Browner, if he truly wanted to, could deadlift over 900 pounds in competition using the conventional deadlift stance. And if Browner ever decided to make conventional his main stance or his go-to stance, he would probably be able to conventional deadlift 1,000 pounds as well. And why is this? It's because not only does Jamal Browner have an incredibly strong lower body, but his upper body is just as strong, especially his back. Browner has an extremely wide back, which means that he has an incredible support system when it comes to the conventional deadlift. So Browner isn't just an incredible sumo deadlifter, and he isn't just an incredible conventional deadlifter. No matter what stance Browner decides to use, he is going to move a lot of weight when it comes to the deadlift. And it's due to the foundation that he has been able to build. He's built an extremely strong lower body, and he's built in an extremely strong upper body and back to help protect himself from the stress that either stance puts on his body. But guys, that is the end of the video. If you have any other reasons that is the end of the video. If you have any other reasons as to why Jamal Browner is able to deadlift so much weight, definitely leave your thoughts in the comment section about that. Again, this is the end of the video, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure that you do like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later.